Time. It's full of possibilities, moments that shaped history. But what if, just once, things went differently? What if the defining figure of Arsenal Football Club, the man who built the Invincibles, revolutionised English football, and gave Arsenal its identity, never saw out his reign? What if, in 2008, Arsene Wenger decided that his time was up? Would Arsenal have risen to even greater heights under a new leader? Or would this departure have triggered a collapse that the club could never recover from? In another universe, this happened. In this timeline, Arsene Wenger walked away. How's it going, people? My name is Frank and welcome back to N5 Narrative. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications to make sure that you never miss a video. And now, let's take a look at this alternate reality. It's the summer of 2008. Arsenal have just finished third in the Premier League, falling short in a title race that looked to be theirs throughout a majority of the season. The squad is young, promising, but unpolished. Fabregas is the heartbeat of the team. Van Persie is entering his prime, but the squad lacks depth and experience. Meanwhile, the Emirates Stadium move looms over Arsene Wenger's every decision. The club's finances are tight. Arsenal have to sell to buy. Chelsea and Manchester United are both spending freely, and of course Manchester City have just been taken over by billionaires. Arsene Wenger is being asked to compete with financial giants with one hand tied behind his back. And then an offer arrives. Real Madrid, the biggest club in the world. No budget restrictions, no limitations. The chance to build something even greater with no financial handcuffs. In our reality, Wenger stayed loyal, but in this timeline, Wenger takes the deal. After 12 years in charge at Arsenal, Arsene Wenger walks away. Panic sets in at Arsenal. Wenger was Arsenal. There was no succession plan, no long-term vision after him. The board scrambles for a replacement, and in a desperate move, they turn to an up-and-coming manager from France in Laurent Blanc. Blanc, fresh off a strong season with Bordeaux, has shown promise. But he is untested at the highest level. He believes in attacking football, in technical play, but he is no Arsene Wenger. And when he arrives at Arsenal, he finds himself struggling to win over the dressing room. Fabregas, who idolised Arsene Wenger, begins to question his future. Robin Van Persie is unsettled. The once clear project under Wenger now seems uncertain. And then, the 2008-2009 season starts badly. Arsenal look disjointed, struggling to adapt to Blanc's new system. The tactical changes don't suit the players that Wenger left behind. The squad was built in Wenger's vision, and without him, it begins to break down. By Christmas, Arsenal have slipped to 5th place in the Premier League. The cracks are showing, and in January, the first major shockwave hits. Cesc Fabregas demands a transfer. In this reality, Barcelona don't wait until 2011. They swoop in immediately, taking Arsenal's captain before the rebuild even begins. With Fabregas gone, belief in the project collapses. Arsenal finish the season in 6th place, outside of the Champions League places for the first time in over a decade. Without Champions League football, Arsenal's best players start to jump ship earlier than they did in our reality. Van Persie refuses to renew his contract and joins Manchester United in 2009 instead of 2012. Samir Nasri and Gael Clichy both head to Manchester City in 2010 instead of 2011. Theo Walcott and Jack Wilshere, once seen as Arsenal's future, even they begin to struggle without Arsene Wenger's guidance. Aaron Ramsey doesn't develop into the player that he did in our reality. The squad is picked apart, and Blanc, unable to stop the decline, is sacked after just 2 seasons in charge. Arsenal scramble for a replacement, and in this reality turn to Steve McClaren, fresh off his revival at FC Twente. And it goes without saying, it's a disaster. The club becomes a revolving door of managers, each trying and failing to rebuild the squad. Sounds like Manchester United now. Without Wenger's stabilising influence, Arsenal begin to drift into irrelevance. And while Arsenal fall, Arsene Wenger flourishes. At Madrid, he has the resources that he always wanted. He builds his team around players like Kaká, Cristiano Ronaldo, Xabi Alonso, blending his signature attacking football with world-class talent. In 2010, he wins La Liga, dethroning Pep Guardiola's Barcelona side. By 2012, he achieves what he could never do at Arsenal. He wins the Champions League with Real Madrid. Arsene Wenger, the man so often criticised for failing in Europe, has his redemption. But something is missing. Real Madrid is not Arsenal. The connection, the project, the legacy, it's not the same. And by 2014, Arsene Wenger resigns, leaving as a European champion. With Arsenal in turmoil and fans desperate for stability, there is only one man that can bring them back. In 2015, Arsene Wenger returns to Arsenal, walking back through the doors at the Emirates. And this time, as its saviour. The club has completely lost its way. Years of instability have left Arsenal far away from the clubs that they once competed with. And Arsene Wenger knows that rebuilding will not happen overnight, but he also knows the players that he needs to restore Arsenal's identity. One of Wenger's first acts as returning manager is bringing along Mesut Ozil with him from Real Madrid. In this timeline, he signs for Arsenal in 2015 instead of 2013. Ozil stays in Spain for 2 more years under Wenger's guidance. He develops further, playing in a dominant side with players like Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, in 2015, he arrives at the peak of his powers, a more complete playmaker than ever, with his vision, passing and ability to dictate play. Mesut Ozil becomes the foundation of Arsene Wenger's new project. The fans, desperate for a world-class signing by this point, embrace him immediately. But Arsene Wenger knows that creativity alone isn't enough. Arsenal need a lethal striker. In the summer of 2016, after a respectable 4th place finish in 2015-16, Arsene Wenger convinces Karim Benzema, now a seasoned goalscorer, to leave Real Madrid and spearhead Arsenal's attack. Benzema's arrival is a game changer. He is more than just a striker. His intelligence, movement and ability to link up with Mesut Ozil make Arsenal's attack one of the most fluid in England. With Benzema leading the line, Arsenal finally have that world-class number 9 that they've been searching for years. Knowing that the defence is just as important as attack, Wenger identifies a young and composed centre-back to build around. His choice? Aymeric Laporte, a promising young talent from Atletico Bilbao. And of course he has all of the qualities that Arsene Wenger loves. Technical ability, intelligence and calmness under pressure. He joins Arsenal in 2016, growing into a world-class defender alongside Laurent Koscielny. With Laporte at the back, Ozil pulling the strings and Benzema leading the line. In 2017, Arsene Wenger's Arsenal side do the unthinkable. Wenger, the man who built Arsenal, who left and conquered Europe, is now the man that brings them back to the top, winning the Premier League in 2017. Ozil orchestrates the midfield. Benzema delivers in the biggest moments. Arsenal's defence, led by Laurent Koscielny and a new rising star, holds firm. If Arsene Wenger had have left in 2008, Arsenal's whole trajectory would have changed. The club would have lost its identity long before the Emirates project had stabilised. There would have been no FA Cups in 2014, 15 and 17. No Champions League nights at the Emirates under Arsene Wenger. No historic top 4 consistency. But his return could have been one of the greatest comeback stories in football history. Arsene Wenger, after years away, returning to finish what he started, to rebuild Arsenal, to make them champions again. Maybe, in some other alternate universe, this is how it happened. So now I want to hear from you guys. If Arsene Wenger had left in 2008, what do you think would have happened to Arsenal? Would we have crumbled without him? Or would Arsenal have thrived under new leadership? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you did like it, make sure to leave a like. Also subscribe to M5 Narrative and turn on post notifications to make sure that you never miss a video. I have been Frank. I will see you guys soon. Peace.